Okay, in this video I'm going to go over on how to do a complete fluid change on a Unit 650. This is a 1969. I'm not sure on what years are compatible. I mean, I'm sure the unit motor is the same. You know, anything from 63 to 70, it should be the exact same. Um, After that, it's got the oil in the frame. It might be different. So I'm gonna go over this. I guess 63 to 70, but I'm not sure. You don't quote me on that. But anyways, I didn't see any info on YouTube about this, and everything's all vague out there. It took me a while to find some information on this, but basically, if you got a brand new built motor like this bike, I'll attach an article that I found that it's all about ring seating. And when you're running a brand new motor, you don't want to use 20W50 like it says right away. I know the manual says that, but for ring seating purposes, until the break-in period's done, you're going to want to use this stuff. It's perfect for this motor. Non-detergent, 30 weight. This is the shit that you want. All the Triumph shops too, this is what they run when they break in their bikes. After about 500 miles, you're going to want to switch to the 20W50 and run the same amount in your primary. So, for instance, this year, 1969 is when they switched over to the breather on the cam. And what that could do is it could leak over into the primary. So you want to use whatever oil you're putting in your engine tank, you want to use that in the primary as well. You don't want to use a different viscosity. So this will be going in the primary too. So oil tank and primary is same oil. Now for the gearbox. The gearbox this is what you're going to want to run. This is another the best thing you could probably run. Valvoline 80 weight 90 gear oil. And when you're filling up your gear oil, if you don't already know, there's a little bolt right here. It's a 2-piece. And what you're going to do is you're going to crack that first bolt. Let me see if I can get a better view. That's the big one. I don't know if you could see that, but it's a little right here. Crack that, and you're going to fill it up. You're going to open this up where your clutch cable is, and you're going to fill it up till you start seeing oil dip out from that standpipe. Then for the oil tank, it calls for six pints, or 6 pints, which is really 3 liters. So liters are close to quarts if you're in America, so you could just do 3 liters. And then the primary, I believe primary calls for 5/8. So if you don't have a manual, this is what you're going to put in. So oil tank, gearbox, primary, and then lastly I'm going to go over the forks, which calls for 1/3 of a pint. And it's really important that you put the exact amount in each fork. So you could either run straight 20 in your forks, or you could just run automatic transmission fluid. I know guys do that. Either one of those is good. So, and you fill the oil from here. You're going to crack these open, and you'll fill them from there. Measure it out in a measuring cup and dump it in. As for the oil tank, when you're filling that up, don't overfill it, because then the breather, it's not gonna vent right. And then the primary, you're gonna crack this open, and you're just gonna measure out more in the cup whatever it calls for, 5/8, I believe, and you'll dump that in the primary. So that's about it. That goes over on what kind of oil you're gonna need and how much. But like I said, once the bike's broken in, switch over to VH1 Racing 20W50. It's got this extra zinc in it, because the zinc is really important for these flat tappet motors, because it cushions the in between the metal on the cam lobes with the tappets, and you definitely need zinc in this motor. These bikes, these bikes ain't like running this kind of, a KTM dirt bike or, a YZ450 where you could just usually get away with putting synthetics and shit in it. This bike is old, and it's really important to put the right type of oil in it. So, and this goes for, what all the big Triumph guys run. That's exactly what they use. So really baby this thing and make sure you keep up on the oil and use the right stuff. So that's it. If you got any questions, shoot me a comment, and there's gonna be more videos. So yeah, comment if you got any questions.